Now let's see what are the differences in prokaryotic and eukaryotic cell. Okay, we'll make two columns and we will try to mention as many possible differences we can. So prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell. Prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell. Sure. I explained you what is the meaning of prokaryotic and eukaryotic. Prokaryotic means cells with primitive nucleus and eukaryotic means cells with advanced type of nucleus. Okay. So now start listing out differences. First one. Prokaryotic cells are smaller in size as compared to eukaryotic cells. Okay. So prokaryotic cells, they are smaller in size. Okay. Usually 0.1 to 5 microns. Okay. Whereas eukaryotic cells are much larger as compared to prokaryotic cells. So larger in size, usually 0.5 micrometer to 100 micrometer. Okay, so they are larger in size. Now next difference, as we discussed, genetic material, it is not enveloped, it is not surrounded by nuclear membrane. So nuclear membrane is absent, nuclear membrane is present. Okay, nuclear membrane is absent. In case of eukaryotic cell, nuclear membrane is present. Nuclear membrane is present. Fine. Means what? Genetic material, it is not enclosed inside the nuclear membrane. Genetic material is present in cytoplasm. Okay, because of absence of nuclear membrane. In case of eukaryotic cell, genetic material is enclosed within nuclear envelope. Within nuclear envelope. Fine. Next difference. In prokaryotic cell, nucleus is absent. Okay. Nucleus. Okay. Absent. Okay. In case of eukaryotic cell, obviously, well-defined nucleus is present. Well-defined nucleus is present. Okay. Next difference, nucleolus. So nucleolus again absent. In prokaryotic cell, nucleolus is present. Nucleolus is present. Can you tell me what is the function of nucleolus? Nucleolus, it is a site of synthesis of rRNA, ribosomes. They are produced in nucleolus. rRNA in eukaryotic cell is produced in nucleolus, whereas in case of prokaryotes, it is produced in cytoplasm itself. Okay. Sure. Let's mention the next point. In case of prokaryotes, membrane-bound organelles are absent. Membrane-bound cell organelles. Membrane-bound cell organelles are absent. Okay. In case of eukaryote, they are present. So membrane-bound cell organelles are present. Now, which were examples you can mention? Like mitochondria, chloroplast, okay, Golgi complex, etc. So all these membrane bound cell organelles are absent in prokaryotic cell. Now, in case of prokaryotic cells, only ribosomes are present because they are not membrane bound structure. Okay. So prokaryotic ribosomes are of 70S type. Okay. Ribosomes are of 70S type. We will understand what is meant by this 70S. In case of eukaryotes, ribosomes are of 80S type. Okay. Ribosomes are of 80S type. Now let's see what is meant by 70S and 80S. Right? These cell organelles, they are very small in size. So how can we determine their weight? So there is no direct method by which we can say that weight of this type of cell organelle is this much gram, this much microgram. Again, size as well as number of cell organelles vary from cell to cell. So it is very difficult to say what is the weight of the particular type of cell organelle. So there is an indirect method in which we can determine the density coefficient or the slightly heaviness or the indirect measurement of weight of the cell organelle. That is known as sedimentation coefficient. So for that, what we do, we isolate all the cell organelles from cell along with cytoplasm. We centrifuge it, we apply the centrifugal force and we allow those cell organelles to settle. Now, as you know that some organelles are smaller in size, some cell organelles they are larger in size. So they need a specific time to settle at the bottom. Obviously, rate of settling, it depends upon its heaviness, okay, its weight. So the time they take to settle down at the bottom, okay, it is an indirect measurement of their size. So that is known as sedimentation coefficient. Okay, it is known as sedimentation coefficient. Okay, the value of S is that, and that S is known as Swedberg unit. S is what? S it is Swedberg unit. Swedberg, it is a name of scientist, okay, who use this method. So S equivalent to Swedberg unit. The value of S is equal to 1 into 10 raised to minus 13 seconds. Means what? To settle prokaryotic ribosomes, it takes 70 into 10 raised to minus 13 seconds. So for organelles, we use the unit as Swedberg unit. Yes. So higher the value of S, larger is the size of cell organelles. Fine. So S, that is the Swedberg unit. In case of ribosome, prokaryotic ribosome, they are of 70S type. In case of eukaryotic ribosomes, these ribosomes are of 80S type. Fine. So S, it is the indirect measurement of the size of the particular organelle based on the sedimentation coefficient. Now, when we say ribosome, entire ribosome, the entire ribosome, it is made up of 2 units. So when we say 70S ribosome, it is the whole ribosome. Fine. This 70S ribosome, it is made up of 2 subunits. These are known as smaller subunits and larger subunits. Yes, sir. In a cell, ribosomes are present in intact form only at the time of protein synthesis. Okay. At the remaining time, ribosome it is assembled and both the units are present separately. Both the units assembled only at the time of protein synthesis. Yes. Now this smaller subunit again, it is of 30S, whereas larger subunit is of 50S. Yes. Smaller subunit is of smaller subunit is of 30S and larger subunit is of 50S. Now you can say the addition of 30 and 50 comes to 80. It's not like that. What I told you, both the units assembled only at the time of protein synthesis. At rest of the time, Smaller subunit is present separately, larger subunit it is present separately. So that time, okay, they are of 30s and 50s. For the assembly of these two subunits, magnesium ions are required. So magnesium ions are essential for protein synthesis for assembly of smaller and larger subunit. Fine. Okay. Now, in case of eukaryotic cell, the whole ribosome is of ATS type. Okay. Whole ribosome, entire assembled ribosome is of ATS type. Again, it is made up of smaller subunit and larger subunit. Okay. Smaller subunit is of 40S, whereas larger subunit is of 60S. Okay, and together they form ATS, intact entire ribosome. Fine. So this is the difference in the ribosome of prokaryotic and eukaryotic cell. Fine. Sure. Let's see the next difference. Okay. Ribosome is over. Now you know what is the function of ribosomes. Ribosomes are actively involved in protein synthesis. So there are some differences in protein synthesis of prokaryotic and eukaryotic cell. First we will see location of ribosomes. Where are ribosomes present? In case of prokaryotic cell, there is only one room. So all the things are present, all the things are happening only in cytoplasm. So ribosomes are present. Ribosomes are in cytoplasm. Whereas in case of eukaryotic cell, ribosomes are in cytoplasm as well as on endoplasmic reticulum. We have learned about rough endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, so they are present in endoplasmic reticulum, attached to endoplasmic reticulum also. Okay, so in cytoplasm also, attached to endoplasmic reticulum also. Fine. Now let's see the next difference. Process of protein synthesis in prokaryote, it occurs in cytoplasm. Okay, so protein synthesis occurs in cytoplasm. Okay, whereas in eukaryotic cell, protein synthesis in cytoplasm. Okay, along with this in mitochondria and chloroplast. Okay, you can say that ribosomes are present in cytoplasm, ER, mitochondria and chloroplast. Okay, important point again. In case of eukaryotic cell, protein synthesis takes place in cytoplasm. Fine. Along with this, it takes place in mitochondria as well as in chloroplast. If you recall, mitochondria and chloroplast are called as semi-autonomous cell organelles. Why they are called as semi-autonomous cell organelles? Because they have their own DNA. Okay, just like a plasmid DNA, there is a small circular double-stranded DNA. Okay, small circular DNA. It is present in mitochondria as well as in chloroplast. This is known as mitochondrial DNA and plastid DNA. Okay. They have some genes which are essential or which are involved in synthesis of enzymes which are required for respiration and photosynthesis. So, as normal photosynthesis, the cells regular photosynthesis, cells regular protein synthesis, it takes place in cytoplasm. In addition to this, protein synthesis also takes place in mitochondria as well as in chloroplast. Okay. Let's see the next difference. Protein synthesis involves two stages. Okay, that is transcription and translation. Okay, so both these stages they occur in cytoplasm in prokaryotes. Okay, so transcription and translation Transcription and translation. In short, I'll tell you what is meant by transcription in detail. We are going to study next year. Transcription means what? Transcription, it is a process in which DNA forms its mRNA. Or the process of formation of mRNA from DNA, it is known as transcription. And translation means the message from mRNA is translated in the form of a particular protein, that is known as translation. So in every cell, the flow of genetic information is from DNA to mRNA and from mRNA to protein. So this is the overall process of protein synthesis. Right now you don't think much on this. Next year we are going to study in detail. But protein synthesis takes place at two stages. Transcription, in which message from DNA, it is transferred to a postman, that is the mRNA. Okay, and from mRNA, that message, it is read in the form of a particular protein. So that is known as translation. So in prokaryotes, transcription and translation occur in cytoplasm. Again, only one compartment, only one room. So all things will take place in cytoplasm itself. In case of eukaryote, as nucleus, it is separated from rest of this cytoplasm. Genetic material, it is not in direct contact with the cytoplasm. It is separated by a nuclear membrane. So transcription, that is formation of mRNA, it takes place inside the nucleus. So transcription occurs inside the nucleus. Okay? Whereas translation occurs in cytoplasm. Okay? Translation occurs in cytoplasm. So protein synthesis, the process or the encoding of message from mRNA into a particular protein, it takes place in cytoplasm. Fine. So this is the next difference. Okay. Now let's continue and let's see some few more differences.